everybody and welcome to my channel. My name is Olivia Stormcloud and today I present to you guys World of Warcraft. Yes, we are going to be playing World of Warcraft. I'm going to be doing a Let's Play, hopefully through the entire game. It's going to be really fun. Now before I begin and jump into making a character, I'm actually going to go over a couple of interesting ideas that I have for this series of mine. Now I'm going to be on the Silver Kilrogg. If you guys play World of Warcraft, have any idea what World of Warcraft is, it is basically a massive multiplayer online game, almost like Wizard 101, but not really. I personally think it's a lot better than Wizard 101, but that's just me. It's really fun. You can choose from many different races, many different classes, and there are different realms. So I am going to be playing on the Kilrogg realm, as you guys can see here. I'm going to specifically make this realm for my YouTube characters and for you guys if you want to make a character and we can like hang out together on the same realm. That kind of a cool thing. So if you guys are interested and want to play with me sometime on World of Warcraft, I'm going to be on the Kilrogg server when I'm either recording or making videos, and I most likely will also post on my Twitter when I'm going to be making videos, so you guys can go ahead and jump on when I'm on, and hopefully, you know, you can try and find me, especially if you're my friend, you'll be able to find me, and we'll be able to just quest together. I think it'd be pretty fun, but in order for you guys to know when I'm going to be recording for that part, or that episode, I suppose, you need to follow my Twitter. So I'll leave a link in the description to my Twitter down below so you guys can follow that, so you guys know whenever I'm going to be recording WoW, because I really want to make this an immersive experience. I want to include you guys as much as possible in this Let's Play, and hopefully we'll have a grand old time. Now this isn't going to be the direct start of the series. This is technically going to be kind of like the pre-episode to the actual episode, because this is when you guys are actually going to vote for what you want me to play as. Now before I go into that, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the different characters we can choose from. So this is the character creation page. As you guys can see, there are a whole bunch of different classes, or classes over here, different races and different sides. So there's the Alliance and the Horde, and then there's the Panda down here. And so I'm basically going to go over a quick summary of what each of these things do. You can also put down up more info, and it kind of tells you exactly what each class does and what each faction, or not faction, what each race does. Wow, Courtney, can't think. It's very tight on making this video. It's like 12:30 in the morning. But anyways, since I got such a huge rapport and people wanting me to play a Let's Play of World of Warcraft, I'm going to do that for you guys. I think it's going to be really fun. We're going to have some cool new adventures, and anyways, let's go ahead and jump into this. So how I'm going to do this, guys, is you're basically going to tell me in the comment section which race you want me to play. So as you can see, there are human, dwarves, night elves, gnomes, draenei, worgen, pandas, orc, undead, tauren, troll, blood elf, and a goblin. And then once you guys have figured out what you want me to play here, you'll also go over here in the class section, and you're going to post whether you want me to play a warrior, a paladin, a hunter, a rogue, a priest, a shaman, a mage, a warlock, a monk, a druid, or a death knight. And what I want to mention as well is different races play different classes. So as you guys can see here, a human does not play a shaman. So if you want me to play a shaman, make sure it's a race that can actually play the class, because otherwise it's just going to get too confusing and it's not going to make any sense. And basically the one with the most votes, I'm going to give you guys like a couple days to post what you want me to play, will win, and I'll go ahead and create the character with my name and all that fun stuff. It should be pretty fun. So anyways, let's go ahead and go over the different kind of races here. So we have the human. They have a little bit of a description down here. If you guys want to pause the video at any point, you can, and go ahead and read all of this stuff, as well as the warrior class here. I'm actually just going to go through all the classes as I can, because then you guys can just get the gist of what it really is. So here's the warriors. You guys can pause and read what the warrior does there. There's also the paladin, right here. It shows everything that the paladins do. There we go. And then we have the hunter, which honestly is one of my favorite classes, but it's not my main favorite class. Actually, it kind of is. I really enjoy being a hunter, but that's because I'm obsessed with pets. And being able to have a pet and a million pets is just a great time for me. But don't let that influence your decision. You guys can pick whatever you want. But this is what the hunter does here. A lot of people actually probably don't like hunters. They're not as versatile and I don't know. Some people like them, some people don't. Then there's the rogue, which is actually one of my other favorite classes. I really like playing the rogue. They're basically like assassins. They kind of go into the shadows and kill things, but that's what the rogue does. Then we have the priest, which is the healer. Mainly the healer anyway, unless you want to go shadow priest, but it is, again, a healer class. This is very much a healer class. You can go ahead and look at that information there. I'll skip to someone that's a shaman in a second, but we'll just go through all these first. Then there's the mage, which mage is pretty fun to play too. I have friends that play the mage. I actually have a mage. I'm working on a mage right now. But I guess this is like the most damaging class. I'm not actually sure if that's right. Like they deal the most damage. I'm not really sure if that's correct or not. You can go ahead and read what the mage does. There's also the warlock, which is almost like the hunter. You can summon demons, this little guy, and you can have other demons too that help you fight, which is pretty cool. Here's some information about the warlock, so you guys can go ahead and pause there and read all the information. Then we have the monk, which I believe is like the newest class. I'm not actually sure if that's correct or not, but the monk came out, I believe, when Pandaria came out. But you can go ahead and read what the monk does. I actually have a monk, Panda, I believe, that I'm working on as well. You guys can go ahead and read that information. And then there's a Death Knight. I'm not actually sure if I'm going to have you guys vote for a Death Knight because Death Knights start at level 55. And while it'd be cool to like have a Death Knight, maybe I'll save that actually for a different Let's Play. So I think for right now, guys, just choose between the Druid, Monk, Warlock, Mage, Shaman, Priest, Rogue, Hunter, Paladin, Warrior. Because I don't really want to start at level 55, I kind of want to start like level 1, like right in the beginning. So let's actually just ignore Death Knight altogether. I guess I should have mentioned that in the beginning of the video, but I didn't. So if you guys are if you guys are listening up to this point, so I don't think I'm going to be doing a Death Knight. Anyways, here's some more information about the Shaman. Shamans are also healers and damage people, or classes, I believe. So you go ahead and read a little bit about the Shaman there. And then last but not least is the Druid, which is actually a lot of different people's favorite class because you have the ability to shape-shift into different animal forms. So there's a bear form, a cat form, and a flight form? Not a flight form. It's a travel form. Duh. I'm dumb. I'm dumb, guys. You can change into different classes, which are a lot of people's favorite things. I think the Druid was my first actual class. A Hunter, I think, was my first class, like, way back when I wasn't even really into the game. And then when I got back into the game again, like, the Druid was my favorite class. Or the first class I chose, but you guys can go ahead and read the Druid there. And then, I guess, so that's the classes all done there. And then we have the different races. So you can choose from a human. You can go ahead and read what the humans are about down here. Here's the dwarves. You can read about the dwarves there. And this is the alliance side. So technically I like to look at this as the good side and the bad side. That's not actually accurate, but because in each side, like, the Horde is bad and the alliance are bad, so it's really up to preference, really. And then really what this basically means is you're just going to be in different starting areas for when you start the game. So the alliance, technically you're not supposed to go over to the Horde side, because if the alliance goes over to the Horde side, then you're going to get attacked by things and you'll most likely die. So this is just kind of where your starting area is, kind of like your hometown, kind of, I suppose. So there's something about the dwarves there. Then we have the night elves. You guys can go ahead and read about the night elves. Then we have the gnomes, which are the little cute small ones, which I think are really adorable. There you go, there's some information about the gnomes. Then we have the Draenei, which are cool little, like, goat people. I think they're goat people? I actually don't even know. But here's some information about the Draenei. They look like goats. They have like hooves and horn things. Then we have the Worgans, which are actually an interesting race. You can change between... Let me get out of this stance here. You can actually change between Worgan look and human look. So you can actually transform into two forms if you really want to. But you can go ahead and read about the Worgan here. There you go. There's the Worgan. And then there's also the Panda. Now the Panda is quite an interesting race, because once you hit level 10 as a Panda, you actually choose whether you want to be on the Horde side or whether you want to be on the Alliance side. Now actually, I'm going to add some more rules to this as well. If you guys do choose a Panda, and you're like, I want you to be a Panda, then make sure you tell me which faction you want me to be on. Do you want to be on Alliance or do you want to be on Horde? Because that way I'll know once I hit level 10, like that's what I'm going to do. So if you want me to be a Panda, and that's your decision, make sure you let me know. Here's some information about the Panda. Alright, now the Horde side. Now the Horde side, like you guys can see back here, is a different, this is a whole different world basically. I believe these guys are in the Eastern Kingdoms, and, gosh, I forgot where the Horde starts. It's gonna come to me eventually, but they started basically in a different whole area of the map. So you don't actually interact with Alliance characters or players. But here's the Orc. You can go ahead and read about the Orc. I believe the Orc and the Human were one of the first races. It's really what the whole game is really about. Or the Orcs and the Humans, really. So there's the Orcs. Then we have the Undead, which is my friend Brooke's favorite class. Or not class, race. I keep mixing up class and race. But these are like undead people, which is kind of cool. You can go ahead and read about the undead there. There's also the Tauren, which are cows. Cows are cool. I like cows. They only have 3 fingers, which I think is pretty creepy. But, here's the Tauren. You can go ahead and read about the Tauren. And there you go. Like I said, go ahead and pause the video if you guys want to actually read all this information, or go look it up online. That's also another reason. Or if you guys just know, you don't really care about the lore of the game, you just go ahead and pick what you want. Then we have the Troll here. The Trolls. This is their information. There you go. You can go ahead and read that. Then we have the Blood Elves, which are a lot of people's favorite race. A lot of people, I think Blood Elf is probably the most played race, I feel like. But here's some information about the Blood Elves. I believe the Blood Elves came before the Night Elves too, if I remember right. Maybe the Blood Elves came before after the Night Elves. I don't really remember. But a lot of people play the Blood Elves. I have a lot of Blood Elves. And then, in the last but not least, we have the Goblins. Well, look at that crazy hairdo. I've actually never played a Goblin before. I've played everybody else, but I've never played a Goblin. So that would be kind of fun to play a Goblin. Here's information about the Goblins. And there we go. There we go. This is a lot of lore for the Goblins here. But anyways, guys, let me know if you want to play a male or a female, because I could play either. I really don't care. They look different when they're guys compared to females. You know, I forgot to mention that. There's a lot to character creation, guys. There really is. But yeah, let me know. Oh, that looks pretty cool. See, now I'm getting like distracted because I like actually want to jump into the game, but I know I can't because I have to wait for your guys' decision. All right, so we're gonna recap here so you guys aren't completely confused. So what I want you guys to do is I want you to put whether you want me to be a male or a female in a comment down below. Please, please, please. If you don't have, no, actually just put it down in the comments below. That's the easiest way for me to figure out what I want to do. So let me know if you want me to be a male or a female, if you want me to be, what race you want me to be, so human, dwarf, night elf, gnome, draenei, worgen, panda, goblin, blood elf, troll, tauren, undead, orc, and then tell me on what class you want me to play, and make sure that that race can play that class, because otherwise it's not going to work. And then if you choose a panda, make sure you tell me if you want the panda to be on the Alliance or the Horde side. And then a note, we're not playing Death Knights. because I want to start just fresh at like level 1 and not as level 55. Maybe along the lines as we go along in this Let's Play and you guys actually enjoy it, maybe we'll jump onto a Death Knight and do some Death Knight action. So I hope this makes sense to you guys. I'm actually going to put all the information down below in the description, as well as my Twitter, so you guys know like when I'll be, you know, jumping into the game, so you guys can go jump in with me. Again, I'm going to be playing on the Kilrogg realm, so if you guys aren't on the North American servers, then unfortunately I think you can actually play, I think you can switch, I think you can, like, so I can play on the Oceanic servers if I want to, or the Latin America servers, so I'm not actually sure how that works, but I'm actually on the Kilrogg realm, so if that's where you guys want to play, that's where I'm going to be. And then I'll also leave my BattleTag down below as well if you guys would add me as a friend, so that way you actually know like where I am in the game and you can go find me. And then again, follow my Twitter because that's where I'll be posting when I'm on the game and when I'm going to be recording. Whew, that was a lot of information, but like I said, I'll put it down below in the description so you guys can read it if you're any confused at all. But yeah, I'm really excited to start this. It's going to be really fun. Yeah, I'm super excited. Like you guys can't tell, but I'm pumped. So anyway, guys, after we figure this out, it'll take about a couple days. I'll probably start maybe either this weekend or beginning of next week, when I compile everybody's lists of what they want me to play, and we'll start hopefully next week. So yay, I'm excited. Alright guys, I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. I'm gonna go off and sleep because when I'm making this video it is currently 12:40 in the morning and I need sleep. But anyways guys, thanks so much for watching. I'm so excited for the start of this series. I hope you guys are too. And with that guys, I'll see y'all later. Bye everybody.